Okay, well, good morning, everyone. What an incredible day and moment. What a historic day. I'm truly overjoyed to stand shoulder to shoulder with these women who know how to get things done, and some good men as well, as we introduce transformative legislation to move us closer to finally codifying gender equality in the United States Constitution. Today, I'm proud to be joined by my partner in the Senate, Senator Cardin, and my colleagues in the House, Congresswoman Garcia, Dean, Spanberger, Bush, Kamlager-Dove, as well as Senators Durbin and Hirono, and of course, our movement partners, Zakiya Thomas of the ERA Coalition, Ellie Schmiel of Feminist Majority, and Sasha Goodfriend of Mass Now. Today, we reintroduce a resolution to affirm ratification of the Equal Rights Amendment. It's not lost on me that the first time the Equal Rights Amendment was put forward was 100 years ago. The coalition was not as diverse nor as inclusive, so I'm especially encouraged and emboldened to demonstrate today we are leading and working in an intersectional and inclusive way to advance this priority. Our resolution will help address centuries of gender discrimination in America by removing the unnecessary barriers that have prevented us from enshrining the dignity, the humanity, and equality of women into our United States Constitution. Since 1923, the Equal Rights Amendment was introduced in every session of Congress until it passed in 1972, but it was never ratified. Congress placed an arbitrary deadline on the ratification process, which has prevented it from being formally enshrined in the Constitution. And today, 3/4 of states across the nation have in fact ratified the ERA. And our resolution would remove that arbitrary deadline and move this constitutional amendment forward. So our fight for equality, it is unfinished. But I'm proud to take up the mantle and declare there is no time limit on equality, and the Equal Rights Amendment must be added to the United States Constitution. I want to express my gratitude to our former colleague, Congresswoman Jackie Speier, for passing this torch along, and for our partners in good gathered here today and across our nation. Together, we stand for equality, because for far too long, women have been subjected to second-class legal status by the courts and in the law. It is long past time the Constitution affirm our equality in the eyes of the law. The ramifications run deep as women face daily sexism, pregnancy discrimination, pay inequities, sexual violence, and legislated attacks on our bodily autonomy and more. My colleagues and I are here to answer that call, to meet the moment, and to stand on the shoulders of the women who have come before us. Our sheroes, like Shirley Chisholm, the first Black woman elected to Congress and a key strategist in the fight to pass the Equal Rights Amendment. She once said, "It is time to sweep away these relics of the past and set further generations free of them." Those words were true 50 years ago, and they are still true today. So we gather to introduce this resolution and finally make the ERA the 28th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America, because constitutional equality is powerful. And as a Black woman who certainly has experienced firsthand many of the daily indignities of an equal society, and also as a child observed those same indignities that my mother faced, and truly do want a better and different world for my 14-year-old daughter, Cora. We are grateful for this coalition and to the many who have shared their stories of injustice and indignity. When I think of my mother, someone who trained many men that were later promoted over her, I know how transformative the ERA will be for millions of women and our LGBTQ siblings across this country. So we as women, we have done our job, and the states have done their job. And now it is time for Congress to do its job and pass this resolution. With that, I want to turn it over to my Senate co-lead, A good man indeed, Senator Ben Cardin.